Breathing. If you play a wind instrument, you got to learn how to breathe better. Most people, when they think about breathing, it's just sort of like, you know, trying not to die sort of breathing. This has to be something much more substantial. This is a very deep discussion, but to make this, in order to make this, you know, short, we'll simplify it. Basically, you want to breathe as low down as possible, right? Like your lungs actually go much further down than people think. What you can check when you do this is pay attention to your chest and your shoulders. If you're breathing, they should almost not move. They can move a little bit at the very end of the breath. But if you start breathing and you have this sort of thing, you're not really breathing very properly. I mean, it's sort of hard to describe, but if you know, something I've discovered is if you lay down flat on the floor and you breathe, you kind of almost instantly have better breathing just by, you know, being horizontal. If you're really into breathing, there are several tools you can buy. This is called a breath builder, which is very, very, very good for support. It's basically a tube with a ping pong ball in it, right? And there are holes at the top, so you basically blow into it. And it's really great for teaching air support. It's really great for teaching you how to articulate without, you know, blowing too hard or too little. And these holes can be, you know, you can block them off to get more or less, or, you know, all that sort of thing. The other tool is a breathing bag. This is a 5-liter breathing bag that is very, very useful for example, expanding capacity, but also learning how to ration air. This thing. So the way it basically works is you inflate it, right? That's basically how it works. It's great for making sure you get enough capacity. If you're a guy, if you're a really tall guy, you might need a 6-liter bag. If you're most people, a 5-liter bag will be fine. But it's great for you know, teaching yourself to get a full breath, but it's also great for rationing air. Look, you play clarinet, you don't play tuba, right? You don't need a breath every other measure like low brass players do. You really need to learn how to use it properly rather than just focus on the amount of air that you're getting. Now, this is in conjunction with the previous lesson on voicing. So you can actually practice voicing and breathing at the same time. This might be controversial, I don't think it is, but some people might like this. Basically, if you want to get in that sort of U position, when you breathe in, your tongue should already be in that position, right? So if I breathe in, I'm going to have a noisy breath, like that's basically my tongue in the proper voicing position for clarinet when I breathe. So if you breathe and you hear nothing, like you're not doing it right. I mean, look, there's a case to be made for having a low tongue position, because if your tongue is low, you can get more air quicker, right? But then you would have to be able to instantly get yourself back up into the proper voicing position once you start blowing out. I've never met anyone that could really do that properly. So, you know, listen to yourself when you breathe. Make sure it's something kind of slurpy, something kind of like there's friction there, and that usually will lead to really, really good playing from the first note.